Hello, my lovelies. Welcome to this very, very chilled out, cozy, sleepover-esque reading vlog. I did have a video planned that I wanted to release to the world, but it didn't quite go the way that I wanted it to, hence why there hasn't been an upload the past week. So I thought, you know what? I've been doing a bit of traveling. I haven't really had much time to read, and I thought, I think it's like 8:30 in the evening. It's been a long day, and I just want to chill. I want to get cozy. I want to relax, and I want to read. And I started a book on the train today, and I am on chapter 7. I got quite a way into it, and I just thought it was really fitting because I'm pretty sure today is the release day of the last book in this series. I've been wanting to continue this series for quite a while, and it just felt right. So not only am I reading that book, I'm also reading another book. I know. So I'm reading 2 books, and I thought, you know what? Why don't we just have a cozy, comfy sleepover together? If you own a funky headband or just any kind of headband that you use when you do skincare, this is your invitation to put it on. We are also going to go and make a nice warm drink. I'm thinking a hot chocolate. And we're going to do some reading. And the 2 books that I'm currently reading are these. Let's talk about them. The book that I started a few days ago, and I'm just chilling with it, is No More Secrets by Lucy Score. I got this purposefully for my spring TBR. I love the cover. I've never read a Lucy Score before. It felt like a good place to start. I didn't realise that this is actually, I think, the first book in her Blue Moon romantic comedy series, from what I could gather on like Goodreads and stuff. It was like Blue Moon series 1. But I am currently on chapter 9, which is page 78, and it is just exactly what I expected it to be. It's a cheesy small town romance, kind of giving cowboy-ish romance vibes, but not loads. Like, it's not a cowboy romance. I only say that because the main FMC has literally gone and bought herself, well, the MMC has bought the FMC some cowboy boots because she is a journalist, I think, or an editor or something, and she has been sent to write an article about this farm and about their like way of life and like why they do organic farming and all that jazz. And the farmer is, of course, a gorgeous man. It's just a very classical, cheesy romance, which is sometimes all you need, it's not groundbreaking, it's not sending me into mass hysteria emotionally or anything of the sort, but it's just a nice palate cleanser for like in between bigger reads, which is kind of what I was feeling at the time. And I still am going to be making my way through this. However, because of all of the attention that Lauren Roberts has been getting, because she is releasing / has released Fearless. By the time this vlog has gone live, it would have been released because today is the release day. I then thought it was a good time to finally pick up Powerful, which is the novella that goes between Powerless and Reckless. I didn't know that you could actually tandem read this. I watched Bestie Poppy's reading vlog on this, and she tandem read this alongside Powerless. I didn't know that was a thing you could do. I feel like if I'd known that, I might have done that. I've never done a tandem read before. It's not groundbreaking. You don't have to do the tandem read. Most people obviously didn't do the tandem read because this was released afterwards, but you should definitely, like, don't read this first. Events of book 1, but from the perspective of Payden's best friend. I was going to say Donatella. My mind is clearly still in the world of Caraval. Adina. Basically what Adina gets up to while Payden is off doing the trials. Are they called the trials? I can't remember. They are called the trials, yes. I know how this is going to end, obviously, because I know how powerless ended. You know, it's an easy read. I also really like the spacing and size of the text as well. That's nice for my dyslexic brain. It's very nice indeed. We've got two relatively small books here. They're not big at all, and I think that's why I feel like I can read them at the same time. So what I'm thinking is, I don't know what I'm feeling right this very second. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go make myself a hot chocolate, get cozy and snug. I invite you to do the same, and then I'm just gonna. I think I'm feeling No More Secrets. I think I'm feeling a little bit of a rom com because I did binge Powerful on the train. Relax, make a nice scrummy hot chocolate if you don't drink hot chocolate, a tea, a coffee, decaf if it's nighttime, because let's be sensible, or a water. I have also got my water bottle here. Yeah, this vlog will probably be over the next couple of days. I have got work all day tomorrow and then all day Thursday, and then I have plans in the evening. I've been a busy gal and I just feel like I haven't had 2 minutes to myself. I think this is what this is. This is me giving myself 2 minutes to just chill out. Do you know what I mean? And I wanted you to join me. So enough rambling. Let's let's go relax together. Hey, besties. I think I look and sound exactly how I feel, which is rough. Yeah. So, the last time I filmed for this vlog, it was Friday evening. It is now Sunday afternoon. And within that time, I am pretty sure I have COVID. I'm pretty sure me and my whole family have caught COVID. I haven't been doing much, really. Last night I had a bubble bath and I read for the first time in a few days and it felt so good. So I wanted to give you some reading updates. Reading to update number one, No More Secrets by Lucy Score. I think I'm going to DNF it. There was just a scene. So it was the first, I don't know if it's the only spicy scene, but we had a spicy scene. But there was something that the main male character like said, or like he didn't say it out loud, but like it was like a thought he had that just made me feel so icky and gross. And I just don't think I can bring myself back to reading that book. like my interest to pick up that book has just gone to below zero, and I'm just like, I'm just probably going to DNF it now. However, Powerful by Lauren Roberts. Now this I can get into. Yeah, I am really really enjoying this so far. I'm now on chapter 12. I think the last time I spoke to you I was like chapter 7 or something, so I've only read a few more chapters since then. I'm really loving Adina as a character, and I love that we get to see a bit more insight into her and how she is. She is very different to Payden. She is the like bubbly best friend, light-hearted, always wants to try and see the best in situations, and I do think I really relate to that. I feel like that's what I try to do. So when a lot of the time in fantasy books the female characters are, they're like badass, they stand up for themselves, they're gritty and tough and all that jazz. Whereas, like, the softer characters don't really get much attention in fantasies, I feel like, or they're not the main character. So it's really nice to have a book. Granted, it is a novella, it's not an actual, like, full length book, but a novella that is shining a light on those type of characters is really 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 lovely, because even though she is the softer, gentler, bubbly friend, she still has a backbone, she still stands up for herself. We also meet Mac, or is it Makoto, in this book, who is the main male character, and he is very very interesting. In Powerless, there is a character called Hera. Admittedly, I don't remember her. Mac and Hera know each other, and he very much wants to. He essentially wants to break into the castle. Castle? Is it a castle? He wants to break into the palace, find Hera, and break her out because he does not think she is going to survive the trials, and he wants to essentially save her. So him and Adina team up, come up with a plan to break into the palace so Adina can see Payden again, and so Mac can save Hera. It's not as simple as that, and there isn't always total honesty, etc., etc. I remember when this first came out, and a lot of people were saying they wish this book was longer, and I can see why, because I feel like the first half of this book so far, it's been at a good pace, but there have definitely been moments when it's felt a little rushed. And there are definitely kind of scenes between our two characters that I think I would have liked to have been dragged out a bit more and have more of a build up between them, and have their relationship have a bit of a stronger foundation before it's moved on to the next part of the book. But I'm also really liking the shortness of it as well. It's a really nice, I was gonna say palette cleanser. Kind of, but also not really, because there's still action, there's still intensity. But what I really, really need, I really need a cup of tea. I haven't had a cup of tea today, and it's like 20 past 2 in the afternoon. I need a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea. I think I'm gonna read for a little bit. That's really what I need. I need to read and I need a tea. I have no idea if this update was of any interest whatsoever, or if I made any sense whatsoever, but I just felt like I needed to talk because Ben has now driven home. I'm in the house on my own. I felt like I needed to talk to someone, and I realised I hadn't really updated you. But yeah, it's a shame we do have a DNF, but at the same time, life is too short to force yourself to read books that you're not enjoying. We're going to read a book that I am enjoying, and who knows, I might finish it today. Let's wait and see. Have I done any reading? No, I haven't. Instead, I drank my tea and I have been watching YouTube. I have been watching the Australian girlies and their vlogs, because sometimes when you're feeling rough, you've got to do what makes you feel good, and watching other people live their lives sometimes brings me joy. Something I am discovering, I feel like March, I say that, we're literally like halfway through April. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, me included, are kind of in reading slumps at the minute. What's going on? Why are we all struggling? Is there something in the air? Because April, I think a lot of people are having a good month so far. I'm not one of them when it comes to their reading, because there's a lot of new releases that have come out this month / coming out. And I love that for you all. But they're authors and books that I don't read or haven't read. Not that I'm not interested, but for example, I can't read Fearless because I haven't read Reckless, and I'm currently reading Powerful. And I think there's like the new Emily Henry, the new Abby Jimenez, the new Jessa Hastings, Jordan, don't worry, I will read Magnolia Parks at some point, don't come for me, it will happen. Sorry, the angle has definitely changed and the camera has changed because my iPhone decided to stop recording on me, so I'm now recording on my phone. What was I saying? Oh yeah, new releases. It's the same with the new Hunger Games that's just been released. I can't jump on the bandwagon with it because I haven't read Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And I've heard that you should really read that before reading Sunrise on the Reaping. Look at this angle. I can't really get involved in all the new release hype. I guess I could read the new Jessa Hastings because it's not part of the Magnolia Parks universe that her other books are in. But I feel like I should read Magnolia Parks first. Does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like I want to have a good reading time, you know, but just maybe it's just the COVID that's affecting me right now. I finally started to read, and like, okay, I have been enjoying this book. I've been having a good time. Oh my god, my angle, hang on. My angle of the dangle is not angling of the dangling. I've been having a good time. I've been enjoying myself. Like I said before, I like the characters. I really like Adina. I like Mac. I like Mac as the love interest, as our male main character. This is the most grumpiest sunshine book I have ever read. Like, this is the definition of grumpy sunshine. But the bit that I just read, I think I have to read it to you. So this is like, I guess, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know anything between our two main characters, I guess skip to this time if you don't want to hear me read out this quote. But it just, this, I can't, hang on, I need to put you down and I need to read this to you. Oh my god. They're currently just laying in the fort, which is the home that Adina and Payden live in the slums. So Adina and Mac are currently laying in the fort, looking up at the sky, and it's nighttime. Let me just read this to you, okay? I count the stars, she says softly, to help me sleep. I roll my head towards her, watching her silhouette stare up into the sky. Awe laces each word from her soft lips. I always wondered how something could shine so bright, even while being swallowed in darkness. My eyes run over the shadowed outline of her face. I've been trying to figure that out myself. I hope they know how admired they are up there, she murmurs. I mean, I count them before bed every night. I shake my head at the sight of her admiring something far duller than her. I'm quite sure that even the stars are envious of you. Her head turned towards me, pulling her eyes from the sky and pinning them on me. What? You make even the stars envious, I repeat softly, leaning towards her, because one day, far from now, you'll be up there beside them, outshining every single one. I'm not sure what it is about her that has me suddenly spewing prose like a poet, but if I've learned anything, it is to no longer hide what it is I'm feeling, even if that means admitting things I likely shouldn't. I can feel her quick breaths, practically hear her racing thoughts. Every inch of her is tense against me, and when my knuckles brush hers, air catches in her throat. After several shaky breaths, she whispers, "And will you be beside me up there, if I should be so lucky?" "Promise me," she murmurs sternly. I don't want to be alone. I nod against her hair. I promise, Dina. It's the bit where she's like, promise me, I don't want to be alone. And knowing like what Mac has been through, and now knowing where this book, like how this book is going to end. I know how this book ends because of what happened in Powerless. So like he has fallen so hard for Adina. He has fallen for this girl. Oh gosh, okay. I read that and my heart, oh, that's too cute. Like, oh, like saying that she shines brighter than the stars and that they are like dull compared to her. And then he's like, one day you're going to be shining up there, you're going to be the brightest one. And she's like, promise you'll be there with me because I don't want to be alone. Oh. And he's like, I promise. Oh. Oh no. I'm trying to decide if I want another cup of tea to help me, to hold me while I read the rest of this book. I think that's exactly what I need to do. I need to make another cup of tea because I don't know if I can read the rest of this without it. I am not okay. I finished Powerful. Okay, let's. Okay. Even though I knew it was coming, it hit so much harder. I don't know if I can talk about this without spoiling it. But I don't like doing spoiler vlogs. I like them to be spoiler free. Yeah, I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I can say without spoiling the plot or anything. Because not only would I be spoiling the plot of this book, I'd be spoiling something that happens in Powerless, and I don't want to do that. So I guess what I can say is loved the characters, specifically Adina. Well, the one thing I do love is I can't remember if I read out the dedication in a previous clip, but if I didn't, the dedication in this book is to the girls with softer dreams, your purpose is just as powerful. And something that I love about Adina is that she is the representation of us soft girls. We have our own kind of strength, and how being soft and being gentle can also be strong. Being kind and choosing to see the good in everybody, that doesn't make you weak. That makes you wonderful and special in your own way and strong in your own way. There wasn't much of an actual plot in this book. This is much more of a character driven book and their relationship that they form, but also it's them as characters and what they've gone through / going through, and their development as characters and how they come into each other's lives and have such an impact on one another. Honestly, the romance in this book wasn't my favourite, and it's not because it was bad, because it wasn't bad, but to me that's not what I'm taking from this book. For me, the shining star of this book is Adina, and this is her love letter as a character. That is I do feel like that's really evident in Adina's chapters, because this is a duo POV book, so you get Adina and Mac's POVs, And it's not that there was less in Mac's POVs, but for me personally, because I connected so much with Adina, that I just felt her emotions so much more than Mac's, and I got more from her chapters, but I still really, really enjoyed reading Mac's chapters. Adina Blevins. So, if you've not read this book, but you've read Powerless, please read this. Please. I was a little hesitant because I knew this timeline wise runs alongside Powerless. So I was a bit like, oh, am I just going to be getting kind of regurgitated stuff? No. My heart is telling me that I want to rate this like 4.5. I think I'm going to rate this a 4.5, even though it had me crying. It's not giving me the 5-star feel, but it's definitely close. Yeah, 4.5, I think. I think that's a pretty solid rating. And I don't think I can say much more without actually spoiling Powerless and Powerful, so I'm not gonna say anything else. And I think I need to process that. I need to process that. So that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna process, and I will. I don't know when the next clip is. I don't know what the next clip's gonna be, but I need to. Oh my gosh, this bookmark is so fitting as well. That is such a fitting bookmark, and I didn't even realise. I need to go process. I'll see you in the next clip, whenever that will be. Sometimes after you've just been feeling like absolute poop, you need to put on your favourite clothes, put on some makeup, and try and do your hair fancy. Try being the key word there. It's been about like 12 hours since you last saw me. Yep, and I like to think I have somewhat recovered from Powerful. Also, if the sun, it's a cloudy day and I'm by the window, so if the sun's going in and out, sorry. I still very much stand by the emotional rant I had when it comes to Powerful. Still a 4.5 upon reflection. Much like what other people have said, I do feel like it could have been a longer book, but I also understand why it wasn't a longer book. Given that it was a novella, I still think Lauren Roberts did a really, really good job at flushing out the characters and really making us feel for them, obviously. I am definitely intrigued to see if elements of this book is going to continue in the series. More specifically, the new character that we met that was introduced in Powerful, Makoto. I'm curious to see if he's gonna reappear. After finishing Powerful, I was like, I need to just jump straight into another book. I can't just sit here and wallow in this. And I was like, what can I pick up that will not put me in a slump, will keep me going, but you know, I'm gonna enjoy. I know I'm gonna be able to read somewhat quickly. And honestly, I don't think there was any other option. Get out of here. I don't think there was any other option, let's be honest. I very quickly fell back into, I want to say Ilya. That's how I've been pronouncing it in my head. So I was very quickly back into this world. I really like Lauren Roberts' writing style. I think it is very, very beautiful how she writes, but it's not too like flowery and too flamboyant. Sometimes I find some fantasies can go over the top with their writing in that sense, but I think Lauren Roberts has got a very beautiful balance with it. I think she has a very, very beautiful writing style that isn't too hard to digest. I know we're back into Payden and Kai's point of view. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only 52 pages in, so still very much at the beginning, but I just dived straight into this. I have heard that this does very much give middle book syndrome. I've heard it's quite repetitive, but honestly, I'm not hating that. I feel like I couldn't go into a big high stakes fantasy at the minute, but I'm also really craving fantasy. So I'm not hating that. If anything, this is probably the perfect time to pick this book up because I'm reeling from Powerful. I'm seeing this everywhere because obviously Fearless was released a few days ago. I'm kind of liking that slower pace, but in a fantasy, because I'm definitely craving fantasy for sure. I do think reading Powerful then going into this has really helped me remember what happened in Powerless. I do think I need to read or watch a quick recap of Powerless. Bits are coming back to me, and I remembered more than I thought I did, which is useful. We've got a little bit of cat and mouse. This is giving very cat and mouse vibes, which is quite fun. Can I read this for this reading vlog? I'm weighing up between ending the reading vlog here or trying to squeeze this in, because I've only really read one book in this reading vlog and the other one I DNF'd. So, but I really want to get this video up.